With Google and Meta digging in their heels, a show of force from the federal government in a showdown over its Online News Act.
They can be intimidating, but are we going to let ourselves be intimidated?
The government says it is suspending all advertising on Facebook and Instagram, about $10 million worth a year. Meta, the company that runs them, had revenues of more than $116 billion last year.
Facebook has decided to be unreasonable, irresponsible.
It's the latest salvo in an escalating battle since the Liberals passed a law last month with support from most opposition parties. Starting January 1st, it would require Google and Meta to pay news outlets like the CBC whenever someone lands on a news story using their platforms. The government's way to help traditional news media that have lost so much ad revenue to digital companies. In response, the tech giants say they'll block Canadian news in Canada.
We're continuing constructive conversations with Google. Unfortunately, Facebook has just refused to recognize any sort of responsibility it might have.
Une personne sur deux au Québec ne verra plus les nouvelles.
Others are acting too. CBC Radio-Canada is pulling its ads off Meta, so are two media companies in Quebec.
When you think about the whole industry, in Canada, it's 80% of digital revenue goes to Google and Meta. So, I mean, there must be some money for us.
The Conservatives say the government's fighting a losing battle.
Google and Meta, otherwise known as Facebook and Instagram, have responded. And as a result, it's Canadians who have gotten harmed in the crossfire.
Some observers say there is a reason Google has not shut the door on talks.
What Canadians are really looking for is for local, relevant, trustworthy news. So for Google, there's a lot more at stake.
Quebec and the city of Montreal have followed the federal government's lead, but Trudeau's own Liberal Party and the NDP won't stop advertising on Meta to get their messages out. Rafi Boudjikanian, CBC News, Ottawa.